Very good morning to all of you students. Welcome to the mathematics class. In this session, we will discuss chapter number 5 of class 12 in mathematics, and the name of chapter is continuity and differentiability. Student, the first part of this chapter is already discussed and sent in the group, so you can see the first part of this chapter and you can understand what is the basic properties of continuity and differentiability. In the first part, we have discussed very clearly what are the basic formulas of differentiation and how can we differentiate very easily. In the next, in this part of the chapter, we will discuss some higher examples and some other formulas of differentiation. Okay, students? So start from logarithmic differentiation. Clear, student? In the last video, we have already discussed the properties of logarithm and exponential function. Okay, students? The first topic is logarithmic functions, yeah, differentiations. Clear? So if the differentiation is very difficult and you are not able to differentiate question very easily, then you can use log, because by using the log you can easily differentiate any complicated function. For example, differentiate under root x square plus 1 in second bracket x minus 3 upon x plus 5 and x plus 7. So it is not an easy question, but by the simple rule you can solve if this question, then you have some difficulties, but with the help of log you can easily solve this question. So see here, take y is equal to the given function. Now, taking log both sides, you will get log y is equal to 1 upon 2 in bracket log x square plus 1 plus log x minus 3 minus log x plus 3 and minus log x plus 7 by the property of log m upon n. Clear? Now you have to differentiate 4 terms one by one. So we know that differentiation of log x is 1 upon x. So we can write here 1 upon y into dy over dx, because we are differentiating the given function with respect to x. Now 1 upon 2 as a constant, and 1 upon x square plus 1 into differentiation of x square plus 1 plus 1 upon x minus 3 into differentiation of x minus 3. In the same way, we can differentiate the other two terms. Clear, students? Okay. Now, now solve it. So we get 1 upon y dy over dx is equal to 1 upon 2x upon x square plus 1, because the differentiation of x square plus 1 will be 2x and the differentiation of 1 will be 0, because 1 is a constant term and it is single term. So putting the value and solving y upon 2, taking now in bracket 2x upon x square plus 1 plus 1 upon x minus 3 minus 1 upon x plus 3 minus 1 upon x plus 7. So on solving and taking LCM, we get required value. So you see here, with the help of logarithm function, you can easily solve the complicated questions, and if you solve this question by another method, then you have some difficulties. Clear? Okay, students. Now take another example. Differentiate sin x into sin 2x into sin 3x with respect to x. Here there are three functions are given in multiplication. Then you can applying log here. Log y is equal to log sin x into sin 2x into sin 3x. Now using the property of log m into n, the all function will be converted into addition form. Log sin x plus log sin 2x plus log sin 3x. Now differentiate it. So we get 1 upon sin x into differentiation of sin x, and 1 upon sin 2x into differentiation of sin 2x plus 1 upon sin 3x into differentiation of sin 3x. Okay, student? Now further on solving we get, and you can adjust by taking LCM. So 1 upon y dy over dx is equal to cos x upon sin x plus cos 2x upon sin 2x. into 2 plus cos 3x upon sin 3x into 3. Okay student, we know that cos x upon sin x will be cot x. So adjusting and taking LCM, finally you can put here sin x into sin 2x into sin 3x in one bracket, because it will be value of y, and cot x plus 2 cot 2x plus 3 cot 3x. Clear students? Now student, take another example, and this is the important example. Find dy over dx when x to the power y is equal to e to the power x minus y. So first of all, you see here both functions are exponential. So you will take here log. Taking log both sides, you get log x to the power y is equal to log e to the power x minus y. Now using the property x to the power log m to the power n, with the property y log x is equal to x minus y log e, and we know that the value of log e base e will be 1. So y in bracket 1 plus log x is equal to x. So the value of y is equal to x upon 1 plus log x. Clear? Now you can applying here division rule. So with the help of division rule, we know that taking denominator as it is, differentiate numerator, minus taking numerator as it is and denominator. So divide square of denominator. So on solving, we get log x upon 1 plus log x square. Clear students? So these are some important examples of logarithmic functions, and you can differentiate the above functions very easily by using the properties. Now students, the exercise 5.5 is just depend on logarithm function. So for solving the questions of this exercise, you can use the property of log. Clear? All questions are almost same as example. So this is your homework, and you have to solve all the questions of this exercise. And if you have any problem, then you can see the video and solve the questions very well. Clear? Okay students. Now students, the next topic is derivative of function in parametric form. So as you see in this lecture, we are differentiating any function with respect to x or with respect to y. But in the parametric form, the function is given in different forms. For example, if y is equal to sine theta and x is equal to cos theta are given, that means here x and y both are the function of theta. So such types of functions are called parametric form, and some special forms which are used for any equation, they are called parametric form. Clear? So here you see that dy upon dt will be equal to dy upon dx into dx upon dt. It means that first of all you will differentiate y with respect to x, and then x differentiate with respect to t, because your final differentiation is dy upon dt. That means you have to differentiate y with respect to t. So y is the function of x and x is the function of t. Clear? Now taking some example, you can easily understand. Find dy over dx if x is equal to 80 cube and y is equal to 380. So you can see here very well, x is a function of t and y is also a function of t, and you have to differentiate dy upon dx. That means y with respect to x. So first of all, you will differentiate x with respect to t. You get dx upon dt, then 80 cube and dy upon dt, then differentiation of 380. So by finding individual value, and after that putting dy upon dx is equal to 3a upon 380, that means 1 upon t square. So here t is a parametric form. Clear student? Okay, take another example. See student, find dy over dx if x is equal to a log t and y is equal to b sin t. Here x is equal to a log t and y is equal to b sin t. So first of all, you will differentiate x with respect to t. You will get d over dt of a log t. So dx upon dt will be a into 1 upon t, because the differentiation of log t is 1 upon t. We get a upon t. The same way dy upon dt will be equal to d upon dt in bracket b into sin t. So here we get b into cos t. Now put the value of dy over dt and dx upon dt, we get dy over dx. It will be bt cos t upon a. So student, I think you all understand, if the function is given in parametric form, then you will have to differentiate x and y individual with respect to parametric form, and after that you divide and get the result. Clear student? Okay. So on the basis of above examples, you can solve the questions of exercise 5.6. Questions are very simple. You can see here x is equals to 280 square and y is equal to 84. So differentiate first x with respect to t and after that y with respect to t, and then divide like this, dy upon dt divided by dx upon dt. Clear? So this is exercise. This is homework for your. So you will have to solve the questions of this exercise. This is your homework. Clear? Okay, students. Now student, we will solve some other examples, and these examples are including exponential function and logarithm function or trigonometrical function with product. So take another example, y is equal to e to the power 3x into sine 2x. So here we have to use product rule. We get e to the power 3x into differentiation of sine 2x plus sine 2x into differentiation of e to the power 3x. So we get e to the power 3x into cos 2x and differentiation of 2x plus sine 2x into differentiation of e to the power 3x into sine 3x. So we get finally e to the power 3x in bracket 2 cos 2x plus 3 sine 2x. Clear? Now student, if we want to differentiate higher differentiation, because we are differentiating only one time, so it is the first derivative. So for getting the higher derivative, we have to differentiate again and again. So here we have to find two time differentiation, means second derivative. Then we have to differentiate the same result with respect to x again, and we get the second derivative. Clear? Okay students, this is the second derivative and represented by d2y upon dx2. Now students, I'm giving another example. If y is equal to sine inverse x, then show that 1 minus x square d2y upon dx2 minus x dy over dx is equal to 0. Here dy over dx is the first derivative, d2y upon dx2 is the second derivative. Clear? Okay students, so starts now. Differentiate. So we get dy over dx is equal to differentiation of sine inverse x, and we get 1 upon under root 1 minus x square. Now cross multiplication, 1 minus x square dy over dx is equal to 1. Now again differentiate. Here we have two functions, this and this. So applying the product rule and differentiating, we get 1 minus x square under root d upon dx into dy over dx plus dy over dx into d upon dx under root 1 minus x square. On differentiating, we get okay students, so you can easily put the value of this differentiation. Now student, these are the second derivative. Clear? Okay student, now we will discuss two important theorems here. So you can see here, you can see that very easily, mean value theorem. See student, first theorem is Rolle's theorem. This is most important theorem, and generally one question related to this theorem is asked in the board examination. So first theorem is, what is the condition of this theorem? If f is a real valued function, then f is continuous in closed interval, f is differentiable in open interval, and f of a equals to f of b. Clear? Second theorem is mean value theorem. The special condition for this theorem is, means if you want to verify this theorem, then you will have to satisfy two conditions. Main first, f should be continuous on the closed interval a comma b. F is derivable in the open interval a comma b, and you use the formula f dash c is equal to f of b minus f of a upon b minus a, where c belongs to open interval a comma b. Clear? Okay students, now take some example. See student, the example in the exercise 5.8, verify Rolle's theorem for the function fx equals to x square minus 2x minus 8, where x belongs to closed interval minus 4 comma 2. So here function is this. The first of all, the first point, since fx is a polynomial and we know that all polynomials are continuous, the first point is clear. Second point, since f is a polynomial, so it is also differentiable in the given interval. The third point is important. First of all, we will find f of a means minus 4, it will be 0. In the same way, f of b, that means f of 2, it will be also 0. So we see here f of a is equal to f of b, and there exists a point c between the given interval minus 4 comma 2. So we have to find the value of c, and if the value of c exists between the given interval, then then this theorem is verified. Clear? So put in the formula f dash c is equal to 0, and putting the value we get c is equal to minus 1, and it will be lie between the given interval. Clear? So with the help of this we can verify the Rolle's theorem. Clear? Okay students. Now student, you can see another example which is related to mean value theorem. Verify mean value theorem. Verify mean value theorem. Fx is equal to x cube and 5x cube minus 3 in the given interval a comma b, where a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 3. Find all c which is belonging to 1 comma 3 in the given interval. Okay student, so here the function is fx is equal to x cube minus 5x square minus 3, and x belongs to the closed interval 1 comma 3. So the first 2 points are same because the function is differentiable as well as continuous because the function is related to polynomial. We have to solve only the third condition, and the third condition is, see here, f of c is equal to f of 3 minus f of 1 upon 3 minus 1, because we know that f of b minus f of a upon b minus a. So putting the values and solving, we will find the value of c. Clear student? And we see here c is equal to 7 upon 3 and c is equal to 1. So we get two values of c, and all the two values are belonging to the given interval 1 comma 3. It means that, but c is equal to 10 upon 3 is not belonging to the given interval. That means we can see that for c is equal to first value it is verify mean value theorem, but for the second value it is not verify the Rolle's mean value theorem. So student, you can solve the question of exercise and related to the both two theorems, because both two theorems are very important and generally asked in the board examination. So you have to practice as much as possible related to this exercise. So student, keep watching the video and take questions related to your exercise and do very well. Thank you very much. Keep watching.